Welcome to Nosy Joe's Motovlog. We're here at the Slab by Barron Campground for round 10 of MSXC. This is the last race of the winter series. After this, Cash is transitioning into what was the Crossroads series called MSXC GP for the summer. This is, like I said, at the Slab. I think I've raced here 3 times now, once with KXCR and now twice with MSXC. It's always a good, fast course, and today was no exception. It was sunny and 45 and really hadn't rained in a while, so the only real water we saw was like crossing creeks and stuff like that. I'm in row 15 here. And as you can see, I got a real bad start. I hit neutral, trying to go into second gear. And so there's 9 guys in my class, and I think right now I'm still in 9th place. Gonna have to just pick them off, I guess. So there was 1 KTM, 1 Beta, 1 Suzuki, that'd be me, 2003 DRZ 400E, and I believe the rest of the bikes were all Yamahas. It was kind of dominated by blue bikes today. There's Jason on his YZ250FX. He's currently 2nd place in the series. I get around him there, and I believe that's the last time I see him. There was a lot of this kind of off-camber field stuff. This isn't the worst of it, but I tried to stay high. At least through there, I think I would drop it down a little bit low on the second section and then try to go keep it high again after that. Really no issues with traction today except for the big hill, which we'll talk about when we get there. And even it wasn't too bad if you had the right tires. I struggled a little bit with bike problems today, not so much in the first lap. But at some point my exhaust flange comes loose coming out of the head, and I was kind of sucking air on the decel, so you might hear it popping here and there. It would be like a lean backfire, sucking air through the exhaust. It also randomly on lap 3 shut down on me. I think I just must have sucked some dirt in or something. I was just riding along and it died, and then I thought I was done, really. I thought I'd burn up a valve or something because of that exhaust flange, but did the thing where I held it wide open and turned it over for about 20 seconds, and it all of a sudden came to life and just acted like nothing had happened. So there was a dude that stopped by and offered me to use his bike and all this stuff. I was like, no, I don't think we're supposed to do that, but appreciate it. I was about ready to push it back to the truck, and I thought, well, I'll try it because one last time, and it just fired up. And so that was lap 3, and then it ran. Other than the decel pop issue, 3 more laps. I finished 6 laps altogether. So here we're dropping down into the creek. I think there's a WR in front of me there, and I chose my tires today based on this creek, and I think that paid off. It allowed me to pass people, carry some speed here. I ran my VX40 intermediate hard, I think it is. front tire, and then a JX8 in the back. I figured if I could hold good traction through the wet rock, that I'd be good the rest of the race. Previous races we pulled a U-ey right here and did a hill climb, but we didn't do that today, so that made things a little bit easier coming out of the creek with wet tires. Definitely a higher average speed course, pulling in 18, 19 minute laps if anything didn't go wrong. So yeah, the Suzuki's just been so dependable. I think I've gotten lazy. If I just would have checked it over a little bit, I think I would have noticed. It's a combination. It's 2 bolts, so actually 1 stud and 1 bolt on that exhaust flange. And probably I had lost at least, the bolt at some point, surely prior to this race, and was probably being held on by the stud because the stud's still there. And the head, nuts missing. So here's the big hill. And I decide to go for it. I pass a couple guys who hesitate. I'm lucky enough to make it around some dudes that are down. And now I'm thinking I've gone from 9th to probably 2nd or 3rd place, if I'm keeping track right here. So making some progress. This little area right here is kind of tough. Had to kind of slow her down. I had to back her up and get back on the trail here. And it degraded throughout the race, got a little bit even more tough. I think after that big hill climb, I wanted to fly through here, but you just had to kind of be patient. This area here, there was kind of a deep rut. Later on in the race, I started taking the left line up and around there. Around the Yamaha. I like these kind of winding, easy hills. It is just a really fun place to ride. I was listening to the podium interviews of the overall winners, and the overall winner said this was his favorite place. So yeah, I hadn't really touched the bike. I've been running the same suspension settings. I think one thing that really made me faster here today compared to previous years is on this bike I've really loosened up the rebound in the front, and especially on those kind of off-camber bouncy field sections. It just kept the front wheel back on the ground, getting traction a higher percentage of the time. So the bike generally feels kind of bouncy in the front because of how quick the rebound is, but I've just kind of learned to ride it that way because it does give me the most traction. If it would be slow on the rebound, I think I'd been losing the front end a lot. So that's kind of a new setup I've developed on this bike, or this year. don't know if I'd be able to match this setup on a different bike or not. The DRZ's kind of got unique 49mm traditional forks right side up, and I don't have any gold valves or anything in the forks. They're just stock, but rebuilt. They do a heck of a job once you get your clickers set up right. This is kind of the slower wood section, but not too bad. Hopefully it's gonna come through. I've been shooting in 48 it'd be hertz or whatever instead of 30 on the frame rate. Kind of a tough little downhill here. And anyway, hopefully that higher rate, I'm going to be able to make the video for YouTube in this higher bit rate. So I guess it'd be frames per second. Because I noticed in my videos I kind of lose a little resolution the faster I go. It's great when I'm going slower, but it kind of pixelates at high speed. So still not looking as good as Rob Feaster's videos. Rob also did well today. This was his second race on his 200. He pulled a 4th place in Masters C. He had been riding a Beta 300, but the 200 just seems to be working real well for him. This area here I actually kind of liked. They did, kind of had the feeling of maybe just adding length to the course, but I don't know. It was good traction, and it was just kind of fun maneuvering through the trees. Didn't mind it. The rich looking soil down by the river. This is a cool place. You can camp there along the water if you want. And my memory is it's pretty reasonable rates. So here they drop us down into kind of the river bed a little bit. It's been a lot worse in that section previous years as far as how rutted out it gets. It really wasn't too bad today. Really, it was great conditions today if you think about it. Can't really complain after these mudders and frozen stuff we've been doing. Yeah, I hung up on the tape there. I didn't see it. I was just going to try to take the turn wide, and I ended up getting in the tape. There's a cameraman. Kind of cool, fun downhill curl around and back along the river. this is just real enjoyable riding. Yeah, so the bike was set up well. Really the only problem I had was my own lack of maintenance, checking bolts. Hopefully I didn't hurt anything with the lean backfire. I think the carb problem I had was just simply either a float temporarily stick in or a jet temporarily plug, because it came out of that and acted totally fine the rest of the race. And I rode generally well, other than the very last lap. I had some trouble on the big hill. I was in the wrong gear once, and then I did a second attempt and someone fell right in front of me, and then my third attempt was successful, but I added about 5 minutes to my lapse times during that last lap because of that. This is kind of fun going over the road here. Carry the front end up over that. This was probably my least favorite section right through here. You were just kind of off camber for a long time, and I didn't really struggle with traction. I just kind of had the feeling that the bike was wandering off to the right the whole time. Then you could kind of pick it up here at the end and get back in the pocket, but there really wasn't a rut or anything to hold. There's a Beta 350 that talked to that guy before the race. He'll have his video up. They were in the buddy class today. Alright, about 30 seconds to the end. I'm going to finish this lap in second place, and I'll finish the race in third, which is good enough to keep me in first place for the series. So great season. Hope to see you guys around this summer. Thanks for watching.